Hello, Teaquilters. Today is January 24th, 2026, and it is 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're here for live sew and chat. I'm going to be finishing my Snail's Trails blocks, and I also have a few things I wanted to share with you one thing I ordered. No, I ordered some stuff. I ordered one thing from Amazon. I ordered one thing, some things from Checkers, and then one package came, and then I also got a book from Kevin that I wanted to share with you all. So let's see who's in the chat first. I've been doing pretty decent all day. Get up, start moving around, and yeah. Try to put some water on it. Ugh. So, St. Louis weather it's like 9 degrees, 10 degrees right now. We have some snow. I've shoveled the deck a couple of times so I don't have to shovel heavy stuff. Trying to make sure that Paige, because she doesn't like going out in heavy snow, so trying to keep her pathway open for her to go outside. And yeah, so that's what we're dealing with here. I did go out this morning in the snow. I was trying to get Paige pain medicine prescription filled. I couldn't transfer. I didn't know I couldn't transfer like you could an adult. So they'll transfer it on Monday. But I had got everything done and totally forgot about that, because sometimes I give Paige her medicine. Sometimes my husband gives Paige her medicine. And the medicine has started to crystallize and like get really thick where it doesn't pour out anymore. So she's got enough to last her until Monday. Thank goodness. Sue GSD is here, is telling you all that we have 171 days into Retreat 2026 and warm weather. I cannot laugh. Oh my goodness. And warm weather. Okay, because like I said, it's 9 to 10 degrees right now. Vicky Bush is here. Ellie Tom is here. Linda Parrish. Sue Allen. Darcy is reminding you all to hit the thumbs up button. And if you're new here, subscribe and then hit the notification bells so that you'll receive notifications when I am live. I am live Saturdays for live sew and chat, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also live on Wednesdays for live chat, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for 1 hour. Also check out the Facebook page, Teaquilts LLC. Make sure that you answer the 4 questions so you get into the group. I got about 6 people just hanging out there because they haven't answered the questions that are going to be denied. So please answer the 4 questions so that you can get into the group. Got Sandra Odom, Sheila Willis, Francis Jackson, Anita Baker, Delia Short, Deborah Sims Brown, Renee White, Claudette Bettis, welcome. Suzette Peterkin Denton, Nina is here, Bonita Nance as well. Shelly S5, Wanda Jamerson, who has sleet instead of snow. Damali J, Tracy Middlebrook. I know where that dye is. I just ain't never contacted you. It's like it was in a spot that I didn't want to go to. I went and got it, but I never did contact you, Tracy. Phyllis G is here. Photo Kevin. Zandra, I said her already. Vivian Calvi, I've said. Quilting Cynthia's here. Claudette Hall. Can't remember if I said that one. Remo JS is here. Good Stuff is here. Terry 5. Diane McCoy. Holly Duvall. Judy Hebert. Elaine Doucette. She talking about where is minus 40, where Celsius and Fahrenheit are equal. Goodness, are you in Canada or Alaska? Sound like Alaska weather. Jester Creative Space. Donnette Branson's here. And Quilt Gal, sorry. Betsy is here. Brenda Perkins. Yolanda Riza. Kayla Avila's in here. What are you doing? Sharon Lewis is in here as well. Clovis Gardner. I think we're done. Oh, Leetta Bryant just came in. So, welcome everybody. Hope you are enjoying your snowed in Saturday for the most part, for most of the country. They say it's over half of the USA. The way that map was laid out, it looked like it's about 2/3 of the country is affected by this storm pass. So, just going to be interesting to see what we end up with. Hi, Jacqueline Mason. Welcome to the chat. So I've been out shovel one pass of snow. My husband has shoveled one pass of snow. Oh, one thing that happened was that we fed Kitty Boy on Tuesday morning, and we had not seen him since. And he showed back up this morning because I thought he was a goner. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was a goner. He showed back up today. He wasn't injured or anything, so I don't know what happened. Now, I have some other neighbors that say they see him in my area. And so he goes pretty far when he does do his, traveling. But this is the longest he's ever been gone and then come back. So I was really shocked. But I'm glad he's okay. So Kitty Boy is okay. Oh, okay, Elaine. She's in Northern Ontario. She's got to be Canada or Alaska because that's the only place that kind of stuff happens. I know Alaska had minus 40. And some of their people that do videos, they were talking about minus 40. So I was like, I can't do that. So yeah. I did do some long arm quilting. So I did that. Did a little bit of that in between trying to rest up. This was the week that I'm trying to catch up on my sleep from not being able to sleep for so many weeks. So I did a lot of sleeping. I was supposed to have Scrap Quilting Club in person today. We had to cancel that for two reasons, because it's too cold and the snow. They originally said our snow wasn't going to start till noon. And it was so funny because a lot of the forecasts were still saying noon. But I had one place, and I can't remember which one it was, that told me that it was going to start at 9. And it was started between 8 and 9. Because I thought, oh, I'll get up because I wanted to go to the pharmacy. So I got up at 8 to go to the pharmacy, and I opened the door. It was already out there. Well, it was starting. It wasn't on the ground, but it was, by the time I got dressed and left the house, it was on my car, my glass of my car. So, yeah, it was not playing around. She watching Paw Patrol for bedtime. Yeah. All right, Kayla. Kitty boy is out just catting around. That's the longest he's ever left, though. That's from Betsy. Hi, Rhonda Barlow. Welcome to the chat. Welcome, welcome. So, yeah. I haven't been in this room since last Saturday, I guess. Well, Wednesday, but I didn't sew Wednesday. Or did I? I can't remember if I sewed Wednesday. I don't think so, but I don't know. You know, Wednesday was that day I told y'all I was so sleepy. I had fallen asleep like right before the live, and it did not help. It was like maybe a 10-15 minute nap. I was watching television and trying to wait and fell asleep, and somebody woke me up, which I didn't know I was asleep in the first place. And normally if I have my watch on, my phone won't indicate anything, but I hadn't been wearing my watch. I haven't been wearing any jewelry, actually. So, yeah. Oh, Kevin's having beef stuff. Or is it beef stew this time? Hi, Peggy O'Connor. I cannot laugh. Quit making me laugh. I think that's your way of trying to kill me. Thinking of Kevin, he gave me this book in December that I have forgotten to show you all, but I actually sat down and was looking in it a little bit. And it has a lot of interesting scrap quilts in here. On the back it says transform fabric scraps into unique and interesting quilts. So 15 quilt projects from fabric scraps in every look from plan to scraptastic. Bust your stash and your scraps. Use extra wide strips, skinny selvages, pre-cuts, and yardage to sew innovative designs. Start with easy sets, advancing to triangles and interesting layouts that might surprise you. And it's called Strip Quilt Secrets by Diane Knott. Knott. All right. So I just thought I'd share that. I won't be sharing any of the pages in here, but I just wanted to share that Kevin had gotten me this book. And it's probably a older book. Let me see when it was copyright. Yes, it's an older book. 2018. So I can't think of the name of it right now, but you know, the people that sell used books online, I'm blocking their names right now. You might want to try those people to see if you can find it, you know, used. Also, this is one thing that I ordered off Amazon that I can share with you all. They have, you know, when we always looking for plastic bags to store our projects in, if you don't feel like making any project bags, I thought this was really cool, where it's a plastic see-through bag. You can see what it is, and they come in different sizes, so you just might want to look them up for yourself. But this is about, from plastic to plastic, I'd say about 2.5 to 3 inches here. And it's a really good size. Like my iPad Pro will fit in here. It'll fit in the outside pocket right here that's mesh. And so I kind of like that too. If you had something you just needed to slide in, it was there. And it's still double zippered. You know, you can go both ways with the zipper. So I thought that was pretty cool. It came in a pack. You can get them in packages of however you want to buy them. 2, 4, 6. I think I got a pack of 4 just to try them. I just wanted to see what it was. And has a little thing here. And then you can always, if you want to customize it, you can use vinyl on here as well. The sticky back vinyl will go on here really nice. So I thought that was really cool. So a package came in the mail. So let's open it. This package is from Helena, and we ended up exchanging some stuff. We were in Scrap Quilting Club via Zoom. I have to get all these names together because, y'all, my brain is still not right. I have to concentrate to get the stuff I want to say out. And she had some pretty fabric in the background, and then she was saying that she had ordered another piece and it wasn't quite what she wanted. We were looking at projects, what fabrics people were using, and everybody loved this one particular fabric that she had. And she ended up sending it to me. And so she was telling me in exchange, she wanted like 4 Teaquilts pins. Well, y'all know I'm a little bit fairer than that because I wasn't sure what she was sending because I hadn't received it, but I wanted to send her something. So I sent her some pins, the color pin, the color wheel pin that you wear, a lapel pin, and you can also, have it as a little souvenir or what color, and it actually functions, like you can turn it to see what's a contrasting color, what 3 colors you would use together, that type of thing. And then I also sent her one of my handmade wallets. All right, here we go. So she's got a card on top. Oh, that's what she's saying. I was trying to figure out what was your Facebook post about. I'm just going to read the inside. She says, thanks for all you do for the Teaquilters. May God continue to bless you in 2026. I know it's early, but that's okay. Happy future birthday. P.S. None of my pens. Oh my gosh. She says none of her pens are working. Oh my gosh. So we have to fix that. I don't know what's up with that. Next time I send something that way, I'll put some more in there. But I did not know that. That's what she was talking about on the birthday thing. Grown in Grace is an inspirational journal. Very pretty. And it's colors on the back too. Let's see if it's got quotes on the inside. Okay. Very pretty. No quotes. But it's got lined paper and flowers. These look like a field you'd be looking into flowers. Very pretty. Hi, Michelle the Quilter. Okay. It's a lot of fabric in here. I was expecting this top one, we were talking about how pretty this was, and she needed it in a different colorway. But it's like, I wonder if it's part of a peacock collection or something. but very pretty. Let's see what the selvage says. It says Wild Abandon Heather Bailey for Figo Fabrics. And it's fibofabrics.com. But, you know, you can't buy from the fabric manufacturer. So, Heather Bailey, Wild Abandonment. And then this number on here is 90893. Sometimes that'll help you find it as well. So, very pretty fabric. These must be part of the collection or something, I'm wondering. Yes, it is. Very pretty. I like you. Well, y'all know I like jewel tones anyway. So that's a nice compliment to go with the print. All of these are a yard, y'all. I'm just showing y'all half because, you know, space limitations. But that's a yard. This is a yard. And then this one, oh, it's 4. I thought it was 2 of this one. This is the same as the pink in an orange color. Oh my goodness. She gonna make me have to pull out some stuff and start sewing something. And this one is all Figo. Let me see if those numbers were the same. Hold on. As far as that 90 something. 90895. 90895. Same fabric collection, Wild Abandon. This one is number 90895 because they're the same, just different colors. But so they number the actual print type, not the color. And then this one here, trying to see if it's part. It's still Wild Abandonment, but it's 90892 because it's different than the other prints. Same person, Heather Bailey. So I'll open up part of it. It's probably, oh, it's turned this way. I'm assuming that's the right way. So I was right when I said peacocks. So yes, very pretty fabrics. And thank you so much. That's a lot. A lot. She was saying she didn't need, don't send her fabric because she got enough fabric. I was like, okay. But that's really pretty. And thank you so much. Oh, she's talking. Oh, all of my pens do work. Okay, thank you, Nina. I didn't know. I was like, none of them work. Let me I'm going to use this project bag right out the back. Because I was like, oh my God. You know, I don't check pens. I order pens by the hundreds. And I'm like getting down to being out of pens. And so, it's not like I test the pens before I put them in there, but I was like, oh, Lord Jesus, I gave her 4 pens and none of them work. So I'm glad it wasn't that. Okay. I think it must be talking that irritates me because I talk to my husband, but we in passing. I'm doing what I'm doing, he doing what he doing. So we're not talking all day or for extended periods of time unless something come up. I think that's what it is. And then right out the gate, I come in here laughing. All right. I got a few things. Oh my goodness, I left the one that I opened out. Okay. So I did order a few things from Checker, and I told you all that I had ordered batting. I ordered a roll of warm and plush, not warm and white, warm and plush. Because I wanted the thicker batting, and it was approximately the same price as a 40-yard bolt of warm and natural, except that it's only 25 yards. So that kind of lets you know what the price is. So that's in my car because FedEx came yesterday. They were supposed to come during the day. They came about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And I was not finna go out there. It was cold. It's been cold the last couple of days here in St. Louis. And I was not finna go out there playing with the garage and all of that kind of crap, moving. You know, I have to move. I have dollies in front. So I would have had to move the dollies and all of that stuff to put it up. I tossed that batting into my car. So it's still in my car. And it'll probably be there for a while, especially long as it's cold or snow on the ground, because I'm not dealing with a box of batting. I had ordered a roll, and I've used most of it on my quilts. So I'll continue to use the roll that I have in the house, and maybe it might end up coming straight into the house if I, sew for myself. But so I got that. It cost me, it was under $40 to ship. And I think whenever you order one item that requires shipping, they charge you shipping for your entire order. Because I paid some ridiculous amounts for shipping that was way more than $30-something for one thing of batting. Like when I've ordered fabric, like one bolt of fabric, and I paid over like $80 worth of shipping because I may have ordered GE rulers and some creative grid rulers, creative grid rotary cutters and things like that. And so then they start charging a whole lot. They charge me for the whole order, I feel, instead of just the fabric shipping. So I really don't like, that's why I don't really order fabric from Checker, because I feel like the shipping is just ridiculous. So I try not to buy anything that's going to have me pay for freight. But what I did do was, one of the ladies at our Quilt Guild meeting wasn't December because I didn't go. It was this month. She was showing how she did, she was doing the mats, I guess, that you use, the jelly roll mats. But I've seen people also using this to do like the trivets that you can do a hot pad with. And it's the Clover fabric tube maker, not the bias tape maker. And I'm going to show you the side because it comes with 4 pieces. The 2 bigger pieces on the bottom, you put on your strip first. It folds your strip in half. Then the 2 smaller pieces go on your strip second. And then it folds your piece into half. And the nice thing about this, especially doing her demo, is that you don't have to press the strip both ends in. You're doing this as you're doing the strip. So you sew a whole jelly roll together if you want to. Or you can, if you're doing like a trivet, you probably need like 6 or something like that. But I like that. And so I ordered some extra ones because people at my guild thought they might be interested in them. I think they retail for like $18 or $19. And so I'm going to try it. I want to try it. So I've already taken one out because I wanted to read the information they had inside, play with it a little bit. And then I forgot to bring the box in here. So I won't be opening anymore because these are going to be for sale. Let's start with the books on the bottom, and then I can put it back on the bottom. Claudette says she loves Figo fabrics. I had never heard of them until I was at a shop in Iowa that I've actually, because I don't really buy a whole lot of fabric right now unless I'm in a store trying to support a store. And I didn't know anything about Figo fabrics. Because if I have some, it's been so long ago that I've forgotten. Knowing me, I probably got some in here somewhere, but it's been so long ago. I just scratched my book up. The cover, but that's okay. It's mine. These are all like personal. These books are all personal order items that I have been looking at, and I just put it into my Checker order thing until I'm ready to purchase, and then when I'm buying something, like the batting made me go buy it because I really like the batting. So I bought Panel Mesh Up by Doug Lico. Now, before I show you the cover of this, I've told you what it is. eQuilter has a lot of, if a panel comes out, they'll make quilt designs with it, or they'll substitute panels into a quilt pattern that they have that fits that panel. So you can always get free panel designs online that are very effective. I've shown you all 2 at least on here that came from eQuilter. And then also Villa Rosa, but you know, it's a $2 pattern, so you get what you pay for on that. So you're not gonna get all the detail. But it's by a Good Run and Doug Lico. Sorry if I'm leaving her out, GE Designs lady. But I just wanted to see what was in the book and on the cover, so I'm not showing you much. On the cover, it's showing you some of the border ideas that they have. And so I just wanted to get it to see what was in it. I have a lot of panels. I have a lot of different size panels, and I'm real good with, if it's a skinny panel and I have a wide panel, I'm good with adjustments to make stuff fit. So I don't usually have that issue. But it says, discover the joy of quick and easy panel quilts in Panel Mashup, where designers GE Designs and Lico combine their unique styles to create a collection as fun to make as it is to admire. Inspired by their favorite songs and the spirit of the musical collaborations, each quilt brings a fresh twist, ranging from traditional charm to modern flair, with patterns written in their own distinctive voices and options to use their signature tools. These products are designed for both simplicity and creativity, whether you're a beginner looking for a satisfying finish or an experienced quilter seeking fresh ideas and a quick finish. Panel Mashup invites you to stitch, play, and make every panel sing. So, I hope you heard the part where you may need the stripology ruler. You may need the Doug Lico's tool. I do sell that one. I sell stripology rulers too. I have that too, but yeah. So if those are their main 2 pieces, things or tools that they sell or make. And yeah, it's got the stripology ruler up here and then the simple folded corners ruler. Okay, so they do have them up here. He has both of his and she has all of hers, you know, the different sizes. But I just want to share what I got. I can't give you feedback on it until I've read it. So I'm opening it with you. I saw something that had alphabets, and I've done a lot of alphabets designs, but I really liked Alphabet Soup by Jaybird Quilts. I like how like instead of one fabric or even just all scrappy, like she's got a design showing. So let me just show you this first. Alphabet Soup. I'm hoping you can see it in the joy, because it's backwards. It's joy, that's the word, where you can see the teal and you see the different shades of teal. So she's designing the alphabet with different fabrics so that you can still, instead of just one fabric and it being flat, they're kind of making it look a little bit more 3D. So I like that. And it wasn't based on like a grid. I can make any alphabet I want based off of a grid, but I do like the fact that it's not based off of a grid per se. So yeah. So nothing here to report. They do recommend that you use the Hex and More ruler. I think I already have that. So hopefully I won't have to buy anything. Hopefully I can find it. So yeah. I just thought some of the things that I saw, and I had an idea of where I wanted to use it. Not anytime soon, but just something that I wanted to look at. And they've got 10-inch tall number tiles, 10 by 10 single letter tiles, 12 by 12 wireframe tiles, They got a table runner baby quilt, 2 to 3 line wall sign. So a wall sign that's 2 to 3 lines. A tote bag and a monogram pillow is all included in here. So that was a lot. I'll do this one last. Oh, I'll do this one last because that one, I don't even know what I was thinking, but I got it. This is 28 blocks, one great sampler quilt from Aunt M's Quilts called Summer Nights. I just thought it was really pretty, and it's a sampler booklet to make this quilt. I just thought it was cute. I like houses, I have to say. I like house quilts and stuff. So it's got Dresden plate hearts, music notes, rockets, stars of various different kind, and you've got houses and trees, and I guess a sidewalk. So yeah, very pretty. So I just saw it while I was searching, and I just, like I said, I put stuff into my cart, and then when I'm ready to purchase, it's like, oh, I had that in my cart. So yeah, and then the last book, and then I have one pattern, I think that is 100 essential crochet motifs. Now guys, I haven't crocheted in a long time. I made all crochet blankets for my family, and I haven't probably done that probably in 20 or 30 years ago that I finished all of those. And one of the things when I first started crocheting, it was some booklet that I bought at like Kmart that had like 150 or some big number of squares, and then you put all these squares together and then you made a crochet. That's kind of how I started crocheting, teaching myself that way, because at that time there was nothing left-handed on crochet. And this isn't left-handed, so don't get excited, left-handers. But I bought 100 essential crochet motifs. Why? Because I have all kind of yarn, and I either need to get rid of the yarn, which I haven't, or I need to at least go back to crocheting. And this book is really beat up. Like, the cover looks real good, and then when I open the page up, you see all of this, it goes for like 20 pages or more. I know it don't look drastic, or well, it's more than 20 pages, and the bottom is messed up too. The whole book is messed up, but that's okay. Ain't nothing. I don't even know how you return to Checker, okay? But this book is pretty beat up. But I thought, you know, if I want to get back into crochet, see, they have some fun stuff. Got a little happy face and stuff like that. I thought it probably, instead of doing something, because I have a very short attention span right now, and I thought if I ever travel or go somewhere, maybe I could take some crochet stuff and then maybe would make something small as compared to making something huge. Okay, so let's see what size are these motifs. If they say it, probably not on the page. Probably not on this page. I'll have to, and they've got, oh, they marked them by degree of difficulty too. So 2 out of 3 is this page. So you've got 3 levels of difficulty in the projects. Let's see if they say in the introduction anywhere what size these motifs are. I don't see it right now. It's not to say it's not in here. I just don't see it right now. They're showing you the different stitches here. That's blocking. I was trying to see if it was under blocking, but no. And no, so I don't see it right off the, you know, Refresh your skills or add to them with this handy directory of 100 crochet motifs from classic granny squares to striking contemporary designs. These colorful and attractive motifs can be used to personalize any crochet project. Whether you're just need some extra crocheting practice or want to explore new ideas, this book will be an invaluable resource. So I don't know, man. I don't know how many 100 motifs. It just don't give you any idea of the size so that you would know without making one if you can put them all in the same quilt or not. That's all. Sorry, y'all, I haven't been reading. Okay, yeah, so this is just one. I thought so. I've been trying to get this pattern for like 6 months. And do you know I finally got it and I was shocked that this came today. And if you want one, let me know. Let me see what it costs. I have been trying for a long time. This thing has been out of stock. It's $14. But you've been seeing this all over the internet. It's the Luminary Patterns. I think it's by Allison Glass. I can't read the front yet. I have to bring it back. Let me see. Yeah, Allison Glass, Luminary Quilt by Jamie Bright. And it is 42 by 55. And when I see it online, it looks so huge. But I have been seeing people like take 2 of these and put 1 on each side. So that's another way that they're getting them bigger and things like that too. So I'm looking forward to this. I want to do this. I've been looking at this for, like I said, at least 6 months, probably longer than that. And they've never had it in stock. And I was shocked when it came and it was in the box because they didn't even take it off of my checker. They hold your back order stuff until you place another order. So I never noticed that it was taken off. They never take it off back order until you place some other kind of order, because they ain't sending you nothing until you place another order when your stuff has been back ordered. For me, now I don't know what they do for big quilt shops, because I used to order from Checker, order something like once every other week or something, but I've kind of slowed down ordering from them. But yeah, I'm really happy about that. So I'm gonna keep this out because that's gonna be mine. I don't want mine mixed up with everybody else's, But that's it. That is it. I'm gonna put this in here. I forgot to put it in the project bag. So that's what I got. Let me see who else has come in. I'm just going to go. Nina said, I can't wait to see what you make. Me either. What I want to do is just take some fabric and quilt it onto some soft and stable. Maybe that's what I should do. Is do some stuff like that, because that's what I need to quilt. I be wanting to quilt quilts, but then I ain't putting no binders on them. I got about 5, 6, 10 quilts or something that need binding put on them. They quilted, but they ain't got no binding. Yeah. People were talking about the Figo fabrics. That's been so long ago. And I'm probably gonna miss some people that came in. June Hansen came in. Michelle the quilter, I'm assuming. I can't remember if I said her name or not. Deborah Holloway, welcome. She in the cold Chicago. They closed school because it was so cold in Chicago today. No, yesterday, I mean. Paula, welcome, welcome. I'm trying to get to the bottom, y'all. I'm trying to skip where y'all talking to each other. Miss Crochet, she's going to make a comeback. Right. I was talking to Kevin about Miss Crochet. I said, I thought Miss Crochet had died by now. He said Miss Crochet is alive and well. So thank you, Kevin, for giving me an update on her. Deborah says she started by crocheting. She just finished a scarf. A scarf is I've made scarves where I've got like a size Q needle, and I've used just basic yarn, like red heart yarn, the basic yarn, and then I'll add a specialty yarn, like an eyelash yarn, and then I quilt them together, 5 or 6 crochets, not really big because I want it skinny. And I've made those to the lengths, and I've made them for my family and given them away. I do like you can use them for fashion statements. So that's something too to think about. I could just start with that and don't even have to use a pattern. So yeah. Delia says, I can loom, knit a hat or scarf, but crochet, no way. Cool Gal says, T, just call them and tell them what happened to the book got damaged, diluting shipping, and they will replace it. Okay, I have never, because the book is all beat up. It could have got caught in the rain or something somewhere between here and there. But that book is beat up for a brand new book, and it's like a $25 book too. Claudette said, or Claudette Hall, I have to be specific on this one. She says, my dad taught us all how to knit and crochet. He was a lefty, and I have to translate it for myself since I was right-handed. I have 2 crochet blankets that need to be finished. When I was younger, it was real hard for me to learn how to crochet because it's all for right-handers, the way the books and stuff were written. And then I used to sit in front of the mirror a lot, which was awkward because there is no, my house has never had a floor length mirror anywhere. I'm not that type of girl. I don't need a floor length. I just need to get the makeup on, make sure the hair is right. So I've had mirrors in my dressers and mirrors in my bathroom. I don't have a full length mirror anywhere in my house like most folks, or some folks, not most folks, some folks. So it was awkward wherever I had to be in order to be in the mirror crocheting, okay? So, it was difficult. And I finally found at one point like a left-handed book, but that's been so many years ago, I don't even know if I still have that book or not. But I thought I can always do something small. It'd be easy, learn a new skill, technique, and it's small. And keep it moving. But I have 2 crochet blankets that need to be finished. Betty Ward's here, says she crocheted my son a blanket to bring him home from the hospital. And they're Afghans, ladies. We got to give it the fancy word. It's kind of like quilts. We don't want our quilts to be called blankets. To bring him home from the hospital 45 years ago, and I still have it. So that's cool. If they are granny squares, aren't they usually around 4 to 5 inches? It just depends on whose pattern it is. The ones I had were bigger than that. They were probably about 6 or 7 inches in my first book I have. Tracy says she has the book too. Tomato, are you going to a class? No, I didn't know. I don't know nothing about a class. I just happened to see the book and thought, I keep saying for years that I'm going to get rid of some yarn. And it's like, maybe I just need to crochet or use some of it so I can feel like it's at least worth it. And then when I come across I know where the plain yarn is. I'm not sure where the fancy yarn is. But maybe then when I come across the fancy yarn, then I'll already be crocheting. So that's why I got the book. But I don't have a class in mind. I'm just going to open the book and go. Bonita says she learned both hands to crochet. Now that's the weird thing. When it came to crafting, like scissors and stuff like that, I wanted to use my left hand crochet. But like when I do 10 key calculator, I use my right hand, I use my right hand so I can write with my left. I also use my right hand with a computer mouse so that I can write with my left, so I don't have to put my pen down. I always can have my pen in my hand and writing what I need to write on the other side. So it's just weird to me that I didn't take that. I should have taken that 100% everywhere else, but it started with the scissors because that was my first encounter with the encumbrance of being left-handed. Yeah. But I did, when it made sense to me, I I could use my right hand. If it was something that just felt awkward, because I have no strength in this hand. So if it required a lot of strength, then I couldn't use this hand. So I think that's why I use scissors with this hand. I crochet because it's it's like your dominant hand is your master hand. And this hand don't want to do all of that. Although it does do some other things. It's so weird. It's so weird. Sue says, my ex-manager called me yesterday to chat. Asked what was I going to do today. I told him I was only getting dressed to take the dog out, not going to work. What they calling you for? Bonita says she crocheted jerseys, gifts, left-handed. You made something, and Sheila made Afghan too. And when Sheila said she was making it for the baby, I'm like, she made that joker for a full-size bed. I'm like, she ain't never, my daughter still has her Afghan, so now Jersey, I never made Jersey one because Sheila made a big one, and so thank you, Sheila. So yeah, so I try to make sure everybody that was in my family had their own Afghan because they're used for different things. They do add added warmth. I like adding them onto my bed in the wintertime because they add extra warmth. So Dorothy saying she crocheted a scarf that was 6 by 12 inches, and I put 2 big buttons in one end. Put 2 big buttons on one end and put it around my neck. Yep. All right, so I read all the chat I'm reading. Let me say that. I probably have missed something. If I missed it, please kindly put it down there again. All right. I was like, where is my fabric? I'm looking down here for the stuff that I brought in. Ugh. I think it is talking. All right, so the other thing is I pressed these blocks and they're a tad bit out of order. 34. I got numbers on them so that I would not get this stuff mixed up. So this is number 5 right here. But I don't know where the bottom is, although I don't need it right now. I could just do this part of 5. Yeah, so because I'm missing like some of my I'm not missing anything. They're just not in order. And I have been putting pins in these because I just don't want stuff to move. Remo is reminding you guys, if you haven't already, to please hit the thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it if you could do that for me. Helps keep the videos in circulation, making it a suggested video. I have been receiving photos of people's completing their part 1 of Spectacular 16 Sew Along Mystery Quilt. Remember that the mystery quilt is not going to be there. Those instructions are going to be taken down. So Make sure that you are writing down what you need to do. I will be putting anybody that's done part 1, I will be putting and sent me a photo to my email, teaquiltsnews@yahoo.com. Sorry guys about the coughing. There is nothing I can do about it. I just ran out of cough drops today too. So when I go get Paige's medicine, whenever that is, I'll make sure I get more cough drops. I got Vicks too. Vicks helps. Oh. Anita says, I have that dye, but have not been brave enough to try it out. And I'm just laughing at comments between Sue and Benita. Okay. So yeah. Like I said, these are some big blocks, y'all. I call them the BABs. So this is, see, I haven't done block number 4 yet, but number 6 is coming up. Okay, we can do that. I got numbers on everything because I was not playing with this stuff trying to get out of order. It was like, not today. You're not doing that to me. It's at the beginning where I have this start thing. I want to make sure it stays together, because I did not press these seam allowances open on the half square triangle. I did press the block once I sewed the blocks together. I pressed that open. And on the end right here, it doesn't matter. It's only one. And I got the nerve to be cold today. But it's cold outside. That time I got the nerve. I'm normally hot all the time. I'm cold now. I went outside and put my coat on, my actual big coat, because I don't wear that often. I wear a hoodie, and sometimes I'll put one of those little thin down type jackets on top of my hoodie if I need it. That's my winter coat. That's my winter ensemble, because mostly I'm going to my car. I'm not walking that far, so I really don't wear a coat on a regular basis. A real coat. I wear jackets and hoodies. But today, when I was doing the pushing snow off our deck, I had the coat on, and I'm outside talking on the phone, shoveling snow. I never got cold one time. I say, oh, okay. So I guess I could go live in Alaska right now. T, did you get my message? Oh, yes, I responded back on YouTube. Girl, I was laying in bed and I almost choked to death because I laughed so hard. Because if y'all, let me update y'all. Eons ago, it's been at least a month because I lost my bobbin. I was in here right before about to go live, I dropped something over there. I go get it. I have Teaquilt dyes right here, so I can't just like walk over there. I have to like move everything out. So I thought instead of going over there to move everything out just to get something that I dropped, I would just lean over the desk and get it. Well, I had my bobbin case and all of that stuff. I had it over in this area, and for some reason I heard something roll and then hit the floor. So I thought, but I don't know what's going on because I'm this way, butts up here, and I'm trying to pick up the piece of fabric that I dropped over there. So I looked everywhere. I have tore this room apart. I pulled this stuff out twice. I pulled the stuff back here out twice because I'm like, this bobbin has got to be here. You all have been asking me, where's this bobbin? So Sue's stuff didn't get mailed for a while because I was really, really sick when I did the pass. By the time I got towards the end of Pass or Stash, she was the winner of that. I was really, really sick at that point. And I wasn't even able to get out of bed other than making myself go to the bathroom. Sometimes I would get my food. Other times I would have my husband get one of those soup bricks that I had in my freezer. He was bringing me food. And I just felt awful for a very long time. So she probably didn't get her stuff mailed until like 2 weeks, going into 3 weeks after she had won it. And she was very patient. She knew that I was sick and all of that. Now, before I sent this package to her, I called myself looking in everything that was in that box to make sure that I was sending her everything that I needed to send her. And then it took me another couple of days because I realized I didn't have the pattern for the clutch bag that was made with the wristlet, with the snap bands. Because I was doing that as a partial. I kept part of it and gave her some of it so that she could make one. And so, yeah, so I tried to make sure everything was in there, and I called myself checking everything. How come she goes on YouTube in the comment section and says that she found my bobbin case in the package that I sent to her? And the package that I put it all into in the end was not in this room at all. So it had to be in one of those bags that I thought I dumped everything out of those bags to make sure. And I put everything back in because I wanted her to know what day it was. So I gave her the actual day bag. If it was a partial, I kept the bag. But I think it was only one partial that I had in there. Because I had another partial, but I ended up putting all of it in there. That was that container with all the notions in it and stuff. But yeah, that thing done went around the country now. I don't spend. That thing was over $100. It was about $100 for a new bobbin case. My machine has been acting stupid ever since I've replaced the bobbin case. So I'm really interested in when I get it back from Sue, whenever she gets a chance to mail it back. I'm really interested in seeing if when I get that bobbin case back, can I take my bobbin out indicator. I got the indicator from when your thread runs out. I got all of that turned off because ever since I put in this new bobbin case, my bobbin has been saying that it's empty. And I have cleaned the heck out of this bottom down here. Now, the last thing that I just finally did was I just ordered, I have a little mini handheld vac that gets attached to your home vac. And it's just too cumbersome to be bringing all of that in here. So I've ordered a little mini vac that I'm going to use. So to see, because it's right when I open the door to the bobbin housing area that I'm cleaning, there is nothing there. So it's just hilarious to me that I've sent my bobbin case all around the world and I've checked twice in this room and I call myself checking in the bags. But like I said, at that point, it was during my worst part of this whole sickness thing. I have been sick since like early to mid-December because I didn't even go to my Quilting Guild's Christmas party because I was hacking so bad that I didn't want people to think that I had COVID or the pneumonia or the flu. And I never had any of that. And it's so funny because people still try to tell me that that's what I had. But my husband ain't never got sick. Okay, he ain't had nothing, not even a sniffle, okay? So I know whatever I had to have been sinus. I went to the doctors just to make sure that it's what I had. But it's amazing to me that I try to tell people what I have and nobody believes what I say. I mean, I've been dealing with this for a long time, and I've never had it this bad since I had stopped working in 2015. So I was shocked that it was this bad, but I still had the same feelings, the same symptoms and things like that. So, but yeah. Thank you, Sue. And sorry you got to mail it back to me. I'm so sorry about that. Kevin's bragging over there, talking about he on his third bowl of stuff. It's definitely delicious. Sure do wish you could have some. I could have some if you save it, sir. Yes, he is being mean, Sue. Thank you. Hi, Minnie Doula. Welcome to the chat, lady. T, you got your snow. We are waiting on ours. So, yeah. It's a lot going on outside. I ain't even worried about outside. For real. Only thing I need is Paige medication. I'll eat everything in my house before I go to the grocery store doing any type of thing that would make people go out and buy everything in the store. I will eat I buy basic green canned things, and then I eat them after a certain period of time. Like canned green beans, corn, tomatoes, tomato sauce and paste, tuna, what are the basic things? And then I always have like some kind of, I have rice, of course, and then I have different pastas. I can always eat. I don't have to have meat. I can cook because I have a gas stove. See, they making people's stoves electric now. I don't like that. But yeah. But it's just funny. Paula. No, Sue says when I took the dog out, I had 2 pairs of sweatpants, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a knit cap, a hoodie, and a big parka on. Yeah. She's just talking about how cold it was. Yes, I did, Benita. Mail that thing right on across the country. Yeah, we got our people talking about the amount of snow. We supposed to get 8 to 12. I think I put it on my Facebook page. Renee is laughing at me. I ain't even mad at you because Sue, I'm laying down all comfortable in bed. I get a notification. I don't get notifications when they happen, but I'm checking notifications. And then I see that I got a notification, somebody commented on my YouTube. And I'm like, let me go see what they're talking about on the video because I hadn't checked it. Had quite a few comments on there. And here goes Sue talking about she got my bob. And I almost died laughing so hard. I started coughing. And I was laying down, so I had to work my way up in the middle of a coughing gag. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. And I called myself looking, but that's why I know my head is not right. I can't remember certain things that I know. I can't remember. And then, like I said, it was just lack of sleep. That's what it is. And Sunday, I started getting some of the slap happiness stuff too. I went through part of it with Kevin on the phone, so I'm kind of glad I am getting a little bit of sleep, but it's going to slow down my progress a little bit because now I'm trying to catch up on sleep that I haven't had in a month and a half or more. Hi, Mary. How you been? Darcy says her mom gets the same cough like that everyone. I used to get it, one bad episode of a sinus infection every year when I was working. And I've been doing so good that I have not had like a major one like this to last this long. And and when this normally happens, I normally come home with 6 or 7 different medications. And I was trying not to do that. Vicks helped a lot with me not having to get a whole lot of medications. The only medication I added, I'm already on 2. They added an antibiotic. So that was the only thing that got added. Normally I walk out and I have penicillin. I'll have a prescription cough syrup. It's like the more medicines I take, the more I'm going to be knocked out. But I still couldn't sleep because I was so congested. And I was just trying not to get all that medication because I'm just drugged. I'm not even in this world. I'm just drugged. And it's still, your body still got to go through the whole process. But yeah. Anita says she canned over 300 pint jars of food. I can go without going to the grocery store for a good while. Right. And I wish I would get into something like that, but I'm not. But I just know that I'm one of them people that I'm not a picky eater. You got some people that if they have a taste for something and they don't have it, they not eating anything until they get it. They gonna, go through hell or high water to get what it is that they want. And me, it's like, oh, well, I'll eat this. It's right here. No, I don't do all of that. So this one goes with the block that's already there. So this one goes with one that's already. So this is the one I was missing. Oh, this is number 4. This is the one I should have done before 5 and 6. And then what's this number? This is, okay, just trying to make sure. I got every block numbered until I get them sold to something, okay? Because I ain't having no issues. I'm going to know exactly what's missing, if anything is missing. And I won't be sewing anything out of order to be re-sewing again, okay? Because we can't have that here. This time. No, not any fun, Mary. Yeah, she said she started with a cold and then it went into weeks of sinuses. But mine just went straight. I can tell the first thing that I'll tell Kevin, I'm like, I have a headache. I get the sinus headache and I know it's going to be bad. When I get that sinus headache, I'm like, oh, it's going to be all over. But everybody's trying to think I got something I don't have. And I'm like, every time we go through this, it's sinus. And people still don't believe me when I say it's sinus. It's like, I know my body. Now, I will say, one time I went to the doctor and he calls me back once I was at home. He had got test results back. And he did tell me that I had walking pneumonia. And I'm like, but I don't have a fever. And he says, some people don't have fevers. Now, I am one of those people that it is very rare that I would run a fever. I don't run fevers. Yeah. I just don't run fevers. I can be feeling awful. And when you say, do you have a fever? No. I might be even below normal at that point. Okay, my body is weird. Okay, this is 25, 26, and 27. 25. I got to find the numbers because I got these prints. This is number 4. Did I sew the wrong thing? Right here. This is number 4. Oh crap, I did. 28. Yeah. We're ripping. I got all these numbers and went to the wrong. For some reason, I kept thinking I was on the bottom row, but I'm not. Let's cut this because I'm not going any further. I don't care if I don't sew this stuff, but I will not have a mistake in my room that I leave and have to come back to. Number 4 should be, shouldn't be this. So we sewed 2 before we rip. I guess we're having that here. Oh my goodness. Seam ripper. Just ridiculous. May as well take these and get these put out of the way. Yep, that's how it be sometimes. Like I said, my brain is not right. I got a whole cheat sheet up here and went to the wrong row. Even knew I was working on block number 4 and still sewed the wrong thing together. I think it's just a little easier because I got this half square triangle in the corner. If I take it out before I run it down the seam, because it's so thick right there. Because I got them all going the same direction, okay? Yeah. Okay. Let me see if I can get this in here. I'm over here proclaiming we're not ripping. And what am I doing? Ripping. You got to laugh at the irony of it all. That's why I said God has a sense of humor. I don't even get mad. It's like, just rip. Get the ripper out. Because I don't want to sew another thing and have to, when I don't want to come back to sewing and have to rip. That is not a position I want to start my sewing session with. So I'm going to take it out right now. I'm going over all of these half square triangle seams just a little thick. And I don't want to cut my fabric, you know. These little corner sections are, whoops. I think I just cut my fabric a little bit. I can't get it over there. It keeps going in the same spot. It's like I can only push so far and then I have to let it up. I don't know how people rip long seams and they do it so easily. I'm like, I got to get my whole hand up under there. I keep wondering if because I'm left-handed, I might be doing it the opposite way, which is possible. Because I tend to do certain things the opposite way of right-handers. And then I realize it's so much easier from the other side. But I do what's comfortable first. So I could be using my seam ripper on the opposite side of the seam. I got lots of threads, boy. All right, we'll work with that later. That's going to bother me too, but you know. This is number 4. On top of number 4 should be number 25, 26, and 27. On top of number 4, which is this one. I don't know what I was doing, but I did it. Making proclamations that ain't true. Deborah says that she's the same. She don't get fevers. I had walking pneumonia without a fever. Yeah, my doctor thought I was nuts. He said, I'm like, when he told me I had walking pneumonia, of course he wanted to, I was already on an antibiotic, but he needed to change it to something else because, you know, it wasn't, he thought it was going to be sinus related. So he wanted to give me something else. So he was calling me to tell me he was going to be switching the antibiotic. I'm like, but I don't have a fever. I feel fine. He's like, I'm just telling you what the test said. You don't have to have a fever when you have walking pneumonia. I'm like, whatever. But I've never had a fever. I've never had a diagnosed fever. No matter how awful I've felt. And I've never had one at home. I take it at home because I'm like, I've got to have a fever. I'll be going through hot and cold thinking that, you know, I've got to have a fever. It don't show up on the thermostat. It does not show up on the thermometer. It just don't. I'm just different like that. But that was hilarious when he called me to tell me, because he didn't do a quick test because he was like, he didn't think I had one because I didn't have a fever. He didn't think I had pneumonia, so he just put in regular tests, you know, thinking it was going to be negative. Came back positive. Because he was just, you know, getting me out of his office. Most of the time, my sinus infections are really bad. Like in the summer, I'm allergic to anything blowing out the trees. In the summertime, all those pretty flowers out there. But I try to stay in. I try to make sure I'm taking my medications. It's the winter ones that I get when the weather keeps changing that gets me. Those are the worst. And so he's always trying to get me in and out of his office because it was only one time that I had walking pneumonia. Every other time it's just sinus issues. So, but it was hilarious. He come calling me. Chris says, I guess numbering them also requires reading them to match them up. Right. And they right here on the diagram, and the numbers are right there. And I put a number, even though I sold my blocks into rows, I still have number on each block because just in case one of the pieces of tape come up, I've got 2 other ones and still sold it to the wrong thing. Like, and I'm up here proclaiming no ripping. It's like, what is wrong with you? All right, I got 29, 30, and 32. I ain't sewing nothing until I find it. 20, oh, that's block number 9. So it's this block. Yep, that's block number 9. I'm gonna make sure. And my blocks are not in order. That's the problem. I should have had everything in order, but I did not. I just pressed. Let them fall where they may, you know. Good night, June. Good night, Delilah. I didn't know she left. Minnie says her aunt died from walking pneumonia. Yeah. I know it's serious. When he called me, I took the medicine. I went back to the pharmacy because I had already purchased the regular antibiotic that he gave me, and he ended up switching that stuff up. I was like, okay, whatever. I know not to play with it. That or the flu. So yeah, I took my little self back in there. Hi, Lana. Yep. And the only reason I have every last one of these things numbered is because I use 36 fabrics. And I have I use more than 36 fabrics for the entire block, but I made 72 half square triangles. So I use 32 fabrics with the white. 36 fabrics. And so I have 2 of the same half square triangle, and I wanted to make sure that they didn't accidentally end up in the same block or next to each other. So I numbered them so that I would know where they were going. It's like, what in the world? Okay, this is 30, 31, 32. And that goes on block number 4, so it's up there. This is number, let's see, 36. This might be the bottom, 34, 36, 35. That's number 9 that I just did. They just not in order. 21, 22, 24. I want that one. And then that is block number 8, and this is block 8. So yeah, I'm really paying attention now. Oh my goodness. And I might have, I think block number 7 I still need to sew to get started. These are just giant 9-patch blocks right now. So, and then I got to sew the other sides once I sew these. So I may not get done today, but I had a good time being here. Hey Ray, welcome to the chat. He watching basketball and just checking on the snow. Okay. Okay. All right. Almost. I think we got one more to do, but we'll know for sure in a minute. Okay. 26, 28, and 27. 26. What number I did? 8. So this is number 8. 13, 14, 16. 13. This is number 7. 13, 14, 16. And then these 2 are extras that go with something else. See, they all out of order. One goes with 7, the other one goes with something else. 13, 14, 16 go on top of 7. Yeah, you know, with the half square triangles being the biggest pieces, it was like I did not want them touching, you know, each other. The other fabrics can touch my smaller pieces, but not the large ones. I would just have a hissy fit if these two large triangles. So I numbered everything to prevent that. And then I could have probably left what I had sewed together, but I want to make sure, you know. You coming out of here. You're going to be exactly what I planned. Let's take some of this off, because it's a lot. I'm making a total of 9 blocks. I have 3 already sewed, so I have 6 here that I'm working on. It looks like a whole lot because they're so big. Storm at Sea. This is the Snail Trails block. Snail's Trail, if I'm not mistaken. Storm at Sea has sashing that is like a diamond with flip corners, like a rectangle, but you diamond out to the centers. I can't explain it. That's Storm at Sea. This is Snail's Trail. I think I'm correct. This is not Storm at Sea. I thought I might have had a Storm at Sea block. Tangled Star, Weather Vane, Morning Star, Flying Fish. What is this one? Pineapple? No, that's a strip. Courtyard, Arkansas Traveler. What is this one? Glorified 9 Patch, Lucky Star, Pink Cushion, Pineapple, Starry Path, Morning Star, Weather Vane, Tangled Star, Fabric Cutter, Pickle Dish. Let's see. Tree of Life, Santa Stocking, Pickle Dish, Strip is what it says. What is this? Fabric color, that's a Flowering Snowball, Feathered Star. Oh, it's all the way in the back. I just completely missed that. This is Storm at Sea. Right here. Trying to get the light out of it. You know a Storm at Sea because it has this shape for the what you consider the sashing, and then your cornerstone is this. Right here. So a smaller square in a square with a large square in a square. That's your Storm at Sea. Let me just sit this right there. I cannot laugh. I'm laughing at I'm laughing at Gesture Creative Space talking about those numbers all sound very confusing. I know, because when I numbered them, I didn't want, like, I started out with like 1, 2, 3. So they're all in the first row. So 1 and 2 touches each other, right? 2 and 3 touches each other. So when I had to repeat the numbers, I didn't want 1 and 2 to be touching each other. So it depended on how it landed into the block. And that's why my numbers have, like, they'll skip a number and then go back in the next row will carry that number. But they're still there. That's why I wrote them all down. Because I'd have been confused too. So I fully understand. Renee said you are correct. And then Nita says, my bad. She says, I had a storm at sea dye. Yeah. I've tried Snail's Trails and gave up. Yeah. Because I don't have the Snail Trails dye. I cut it. I don't have that dye, but I have the Storm at Sea dye. I thought I had the Snail's Trails dye, and I did not. But I said, I'm not buying anything. Not a thing. So, we're almost out of water. I gotta fill them all up. 3 bottles are done for. Yeah. So let me pull these over here so while I'm pressing, they won't be in the way. I try to keep them in the packaging if I remember to keep it, but when I first started using Teaquilt, I did not keep all the packaging. I try to keep the packaging sometimes, and sometimes I make a conscious decision to just pitch it all. So it just depends. But yeah. But the nice thing about Teaquilt, and that's probably why I started pitching some of them, is that you can always go on the website and download the information that's in the dye packaging on regular typing paper. So you can always save an electronic version on a flash drive. You don't have to even print it out if you don't want to. Okay. This here, let's cut. I just want to press now. I want to press the seams. I gotta wait for this to heat up. So, yeah. I'm like, am I calling this stuff the wrong thing? I have to think, because like I told y'all, my brain is like fried right now. And, you know, if nothing else, I was having the nerve to be cutting while I was sick too. So I cut all of this while I was sick. Like, to the point where I wasn't even getting out of bed other than to go to the restroom. So I'm like, maybe I got the name of this stuff wrong. Because I knew I didn't have the dye for this one. I thought I did, but I didn't. So I just regular rotary cut. And I'll show y'all Snail's Trails for those that don't know what Snail's Trail is. I'll show you it's my center block and then it makes the whole quilt. I'm making the whole quilt different. But it's the okay. Now I want to press the seam open. I do want to quilt one more quilt so I can get it off my to-do list. And then I have another quilt I need to rip. That one's going to be a while because I'm going to need to rip where I can put up a table, where I can have a whole table to myself, so I can rip it. So, but I got one more quilt I can quilt, and then I got some other quilts coming that I should have got today. So I'm gonna do that other quilt I got, and then I'm going to perhaps quilt me some stuff on some different fabrics on some stabilizer. I need to do that because I've been wanting to do a whole lot of by Annie stuff, and I don't have it quilted because I don't have time to quilt for myself. I'm like, instead of quilting a quilt top of mine, maybe I can quilt the soft and stable because I don't have to finish it with binding that way. It's actually going to be something else. Yep. All right. This is the Snail's Trail block in the bottom, the center. That's Snail Trail. Okay. So I rotary cut all of those pieces because I didn't have the die. Whoops. I don't really want to fold it up like, well, this is number 7. Didn't I just do number 7? So this should be, yeah. 18, no, 20, because I switched this one. 20, 15, and 19. 20, 15, 18, because it's in red. I can't read because it's a red marker in a red spot. But this is the one that goes here. I can just pin them, and they'll be ready to go. Do I have the same issue? Yep. It's just the reverse. It's just, and then I got it turned upside down. I went outside and, you know, my husband done been outside. We cleaning off the deck, and this dumb dog go out there and pee on my deck. I was so mad at her. Be peeing on my deck. And then she went out further into the yard anyway. She was just being mean. She was being mean. We out here in the snow shoveling so you can go out because we already know how you are. And you still peed on my deck. Then I got to put on shoes and go outside, you know, so I can go spray stuff. I think this is the one I took the, I cut a little bit, but it's closed up, but I'm going to put some fray check on it just to make sure. Don't want no issues. I noticed that fabric. And I'm going to put this to the side so it can dry before I press that seam open. Because I am dealing with pure white fabric. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm just trying to use up fabric that's hanging out in my stash. And I'm like, you've got to go. And I mostly use this for like labels and things like that. There's something on the back. I use it on the back of my retreat badges, things like that. It's like, girl, we need to use some of this stuff. Apparently, I'm not using it as much as I used to. And if I take it out and use it for something, then it's out for a while. So I'm trying to like use what's out. That's what started the year of CAFE. And guess what, y'all? I found out yesterday. Kevin doing a year of CAFE too, but he's like he's got different projects he's working on that or reproductions, but anything that he can do cave in, he's doing it too. So I thought that was cute. Look at Kevin. Thank you, Sharon. Says gorgeous block, love the colors. Hi, Sylvia Dinkins. Come in. Come in. Welcome. Anita says, I'm glad you used freight check tonight. I've been wondering if I could use it in a quilt. Thank you. I've always used, this is freight block. I have used freight check. Freight check dries a little harder than freight block, but they do the same thing. So I use freight block, but yes, you can use those in your quilting. It will not affect anything. Either one. Oops, I didn't put my stick under here. It just makes it easier, give me a place to land so I'm not messing up other seams. When I'm pressing stuff open, I don't have to worry about something else getting pressed the opposite direction. And then I can use the tip of my iron a little bit more effectively on here too. But this is a big block. All right. And I'm sure, like I said, I used freight check for years. And I had made, I think it was with linen fabric because I was doing clothing when I stopped using it. I had a piece of linen that was like lilac in color. And I had made a pantsuit out of it. Really, really loved it. And then I used freight check because linen frays. And it kind of stained a little yellow on that linen. I don't know if it was just a bad bottle or what, but I wasn't doing that again because, I had a whole outfit now ruined that I couldn't get that color out of. So I went to fray block, and I've never had an issue with fray block at all. This is block number 9. I'm looking for 35. Just to create a space, listen up. I'm looking for 34, 36, 35, 34, 36, 35. Here it is. 34, 36, 35. She said them numbers sound confusing. Yes, they are. That's why I numbered every block. You know how, I don't know if you are, I pay attention to crazy things in quilts. I guess some kids are outside playing. I just heard some. I'm like, I hope that wasn't the cat. Say if you like strip piece something and then they tell you to cut. So you have, say, 5 pieces that you strip piece together. And then they tell you to cut that into 2.5-inch strips. And then you're going to have 5, 10, 15, 20. So you're going to have 8 or 9 of those pieces in your quilt. I don't like it. I don't like the repetitiveness. So even though I only have 2 half square triangles and they're sort of kind of in the same environment, I'm making sure that the numbers, like 1 ain't with 2. It's in the same block, but it's not next to 1. Like right here is 1, right here is 2 in one spot. When I'm using it in the next spot, I use 1 is on the end row of my 9 patch in the middle row, and then 2 is right here. So they're not touching each other. So I'm making sure that they don't touch. I notice crazy stuff like that, and it drives me nuts. So they're in the same block, but you would never know it once the quilt is quilted. But if I had put 1 and 2 next to each other, I would have noticed every time I had any 2 fabrics together like that, I would notice it throughout the entire quilt. And then it drives me nuts. And that's a quilt that I can't look at, so I can't use it for lectures or anything because it drives me nuts and I be wanting to take it apart or trash it or give it away or something because I can't look at it. So that's why I don't do a whole lot of strip piecing, a whole lot. Like when they tell me that we're making 4 patches and to sew 2 strips together and then cut them apart and sew it, you know, I'm going to just cut squares. I'm going to use squares, and I'm going to use probably 300 different fabrics by the time I'm through with that quilt because I don't like repetitive patterns showing up. That's just how I am. I can have the fabric show up, but I don't want it with that same fabric every time you see it. Once or twice accidentally, yes. If it's a quilt that has 2,000 pieces. If it's, I can't do it. I'm picky like that. My little dog will bark until I take her out, then bark until I feed her. Then she goes to sleep snoring right. And Paige doesn't bark anymore as she's gotten older. Well, part of her thing is that she has a heart murmur. So part of it is a cough. And so she has stopped barking. She doesn't bark unless she's really agitated. And I really, with her having a heart murmur, I don't really want her agitated. So when she's barking, she's extremely excited. And you don't want a dog that has a heart murmur to get super excited or get overworked. So she doesn't bark, but she does look at you when she needs to go out. She'll come and just stare you down. And then she's also learned that when she wants to eat, she'll stare you down first. And then she'll start licking her mouth like she wants to eat. So she's telling me she wants to eat, but she's gotten smart where she knows she gets in trouble if she comes and stares at me and I get up thinking she needs to go out, but then she's taking me to her food dish. I'm like, no, I'm not getting up to take you to a food dish. So she knows that she gets in trouble. So now what she do, she'll come and stare me down like she still got to go. She don't just do the I'm hungry thing. I want a snack thing. Because little dogs, if you give them something every time they want it, and Paige loves food, she's in love with food, then when you go feed them breakfast, they won't eat. And she needs to eat her food so that she gets the nutrients that's in the food. And so I don't do a whole lot of snacking. I give her a dentist stick. She gets one like bacon strip, something like that. And she gets her 2 meals in a day because she's a hot mess. Paige tries to play you. Oh, I sold that. Okay. I sold it up. I was just penning. Maybe not. I wasn't intending to. We only got 6 minutes. Now that's the real sound, 6 minutes. I was right on time with that one. I normally have to make it up, but no, tonight we're right on it. Now this little half square triangle is a little bit bigger, but we're gonna act like we don't see it. My point is my point is not pointing. Well, yeah, whatever my quilty best friend forever doing, I'm doing. He's so funny. That's Kevin. I will look for Frey Block from Anita. Cave has exploded in my studio. Lord have mercy. Yes. I started out with just a bag of scraps that had like 5-inch. No, it wasn't, because I had a box that had 10-inch squares, 5-inch squares. And then for some reason, I had some Cave like 7-inch squares. And I'm like, I don't even know where you come from. And so that's what I started with on the first quilt we're working on this year in Scrap Club. I'm like, and then once I did that and I'm looking, I find the string, the bag that said it was strings, But it had all sizes of pieces in there. And I don't even know where the string bag is. I still ain't came across that. Because the strings have got to be somewhere. But the bag that said it was strings ended up having big pieces. It was like up to fat quarter size in there. So then I said, okay, let's cut out another quilt. And so I cut out about 2 more quilts. And now I finally see a dent in that bag. But I have since used 3 layer cakes. 1 layer cake hasn't been used. The other 2 are almost gone. So I've been using, that's what I use for these. I cut layer cakes. I didn't even cut them down. I just I made the half square triangles out the layer cakes, and then I squared them up at the end. I cut the white to what size I needed about. I cut the white a little bigger too because I knew I was going to square up. So we're on number 8. We need 26, 28, 27. 26, 28, 27. That's this one. And I've got it upside down, so it needs to go like that. All numbers should be reading the same direction. The same direction. All right, and we're just pinning Teajuana. Do not sew, ma'am. Ma'am, you only got 3 minutes. Who is that said that doggy sign language? That's Chris, right? She doesn't even talk, don't even communicate. Or every once in a while, she'll whine or moan like, That's when she really frustrated. But she ain't barking. But mostly she just comes and look at us. Like we're supposed to know what she wants. But I know if she walked me into the kitchen to feed her, I'm not happy with her. She know that too. She still do it though. I'm trying to make it so that they don't get wrinkled up. I want my pieces. It's going to get wrinkled. I'll just have to repress it. Remo's reminding you all as you're leaving to please hit the thumbs up button for us, please. Would really appreciate it. Page is like 13 or 14, something like that. Rhonda says, freight check does change the color and texture of fabric. Now I will look up freight block. Yeah, I've never had, I'll look at it and see if it's dry yet. I've just never had it. Freight check dries hard. Like you can sew through it, but you almost don't want to put your needle in it. Is that kind of hard? I don't remember freight block doing that, but I'll check it. Because mostly the last few times I've been using freight block, it's been on when I'm sealing seams from flipping bags and things like that. But let me check it. I'll check that one. I'll get this one to its position. We'll be on here a couple minutes later then. I'll check it because it's 1 minute left. I want to press this open, and I don't want to forget that I need to do that. I need to press that one open too, but it needs to be dry. I don't want to press it wet. But I didn't want to forget to put that freight block on there. That was the one where I told you all I think I had got a little bit of my seam in the, when the ripper caught a little bit of my seam. And it looked like it stitched in, but I saw some holes from when I first sewed it. So I must have sewed it a little bit deeper, being cautious to make sure I didn't have a hole. But I just wanted to make sure everything was covered up. And then cotton does... this is number 5. Cotton does kind of close up some holes, not all. It ain't gonna disappear. You'll still know it was there, but it'll close it up a little bit. I need 2, 4, and 3. So let's get this one so I don't lose it. And then I'll check the one back there. And let me get this corner. This one corner has 2 half square triangles with all the seams going the same direction. I try to pin it too, so it don't move at the beginning. All right, it's gonna be wrinkled. I can just forget it. All right, it was on this yellow fabric. Just need to see. See, it's dry, but it's not hard like fray check. It's still soft. I know something is there, and when I press it, I feel like it's gonna disappear. Cause it's that type of, it's not super hard. It's just that I know something was there, and I'm using white fabric, and of course it ain't gonna stay just on the yellow because it's right at the seam allowance where I was having the issues. So it could have spread to the white if it want to, but I don't see any yellow. And I'm gonna heat it and look at it from the front again. So I just want to make sure I'm giving you all a good recommendation. But I know I stopped using fray check, and I've never stopped using fray block. I've never tried anything else. Even if there's something else out on the market, I've never tried it. And now it's pressed. I can't feel any difference. It's not hard. Yeah. It's just what I use. This is block number 4. It gets 30, 31, 32. Which is this one. And I'll do this just so I can pin. How many more I got? I got just one, so you all may as well wait. I only got one more to press. And I accidentally sewed one. I would have probably been done had I not accidentally sewed one. Pinned that joker up and sewed it. So you all may as well wait. I'll pin that one, and then this is not lined up right because I'm not having my corners right. Okay, let me turn this around because something on this is sewed wrong. This is number 4. Number 4 goes this way and down. This goes this way and down. And then let me look at 30, 31. That's sewed right. I just had the wrong end. I had the wrong end put together. I know what I'm supposed to be sewing. I can tell you that. I'm like, I have no half square triangle in the corner. And we can't have that. Have to make sure, and then make sure my ladders are all up. Yep. Okay. We got one more to press here, and then I'll also press that one. And you can see one of the blocks tonight. I've shown a block in the last Saturday, I guess, when I was working on this. Or whatever day I was in here last working on it. I can't remember. And like I had, like this stripe was in different colorways. And so I wanted to make sure that I kind of spread out like prints in different colorways. So I didn't go crazy with it. I just wanted to make sure that they didn't touch. Like this block has it in here, another colorway in here. I'll show you in a minute. even though I don't have the seam pressed. See, I've got it in 2 different colorways, but I didn't want them right next to each other. So that's the kind of stuff that I do. The stuff is unnecessary, but I do it anyway. Permanently pinned. See Joy Creation saying goodnight to everybody. She's saying stay safe from the snowstorm as well. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, people, as you're leaving. I appreciate it. Sorry I came in late. Brenda Foley. Hey, Brenda. I'm going to go over, I'm already over 6 minutes. I'm going to go over, I'd say, to 10:15. We'll try for that. Because I didn't realize it's already 10:06. Okay, that's a lot of minutes. And I haven't, you know, I only pressed 1 and pinned it. So it takes more minutes than I think when you're dealing with. That's why I said some stuff people say I'm going to make it big. Well, it takes more time to press and do all of that stuff too, to sew it. So it don't always be like that. Bigger isn't always easy. That's why I say about the exploding star. You don't want to do a 1/2 inch finish, but you don't want to necessarily, what number is this, 6? So we need 10, 12, and 11. 10, 12, and 11. All right. And 12 and 11. All right, all right. See, something is off. Because that's not what I just pinned. What I didn't pin to. This is number 6. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that. Or the other block, because I still think it's wrong. Something's not, it's not pieced right with that block. Because it's not looking the same as this. And it could be, you know, I just looked, but like I said, everything is off. Okay, so I'm going to put this down here because we know that's right. It's this one here that I'm concerned about. I don't have 2 half square triangles coming together, and I'm concerned about that. Okay. So we're at number 4, which is 25, 26, 27. This one here is 28, and then 29. I don't know why it just looks different than the other stuff. This is 30. It is wrong. 30, 31, 32 is sewed wrong. I'm like, stop. Something is not right. And I'm not going to cut this. I'm going to actually rip this. I just want to get past the, because this is already pressed open. Let's see if we can close it. It's like, I know I'm not, you know, totally going crazy. So which one is wrong? Number 4 has 30. Wasn't it number 4? Number 4. $30, $31, it's 32. So I don't have to take off both pieces, just one. Okay. At least I'm paying attention to what I'm pinning, correct? I just don't want to. Let me close the seam back because I pressed it open. Okay, so I may not finish this then. But I am going to take it apart. I don't have to re-sew it or something. I don't know. Let's try. Trying to get this. I don't want to cut my fabric. I don't know if it's damp from my steam of stitching it back the other way. I don't want another rip. Now I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid. These people with these seam rippers on make it look so easy. But I'm trying to make sure I don't rip my fabric. We're doing so good so far. We're doing good so far. Talking about so good so far. Okay, I am going to sew this. We're just going to be here a minute because I don't like coming back to this type of stuff. This is like a step back. I got to at least get to the same step I was at. Come on. You can't go backwards. Can't take a step back. No matter what the clock says. You got to finish what you started. I don't have to sew the other rows. I can do that off camera because they will be sewed. It's the pressing, you know, of the big pieces that's time consuming. It's not the sewing. It's the pressing. Sorry, guys. So we're going to be later than 10:15 now. It's 10:12. Oh, my God. See, God's just cracking up. Having a ball with me today. Okay, 31, 32 goes like this. And then it'll be right when I put it to the other piece. Right there, right here. I just sew this and then I press it and then all I have to do is pin. I don't have to do any more sewing today. But I don't want to come back to what I've already done and be a step behind. Okay, so we're going to cut this and press this seam back open. And then we're going to pin it and it'll pin right. It's like my corners weren't coming out. I'm like, I would have been too mad had I got the whole quilt together and one piece was turned because every piece matters in this quilt. Jester over there laughing at me and my numbers. I ain't paying you no attention. Them numbers is saving my life. And the other thing, see, because I turned it, now I need to turn this label on number 32 so it don't confuse me, you know, later on if something happened, you know. All right, now we're talking. My corner is looking right. I'm like, I only used 2 pins. Why did I only use 2 pins? So anything that I have 2 pins in, everything should have 3 pins. So I'm going to go back through my stack now because I am not playing. Now, they're not going to set me up for failure. Can you imagine how, well, I just took a whole row out. I don't want to do that again. I did take a whole row out. And that wasn't fun. Taking the little block apart wasn't a problem. But a whole row, we finna check and see. If you don't have 3 pins, you're coming back over here to the drawing board. Something was so wrong earlier. Okay. Now we got 3 pins in that one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 pins in this. 2 corners matching with half square triangles. This one has 3 pins, half square triangles matching. This one has 3 pins, so I'm okay. All right, let's see if this is matching. Yep. So let's press this one since I sewed it. Don't know, probably block number 9 or something, 7 or 9. I can't remember. It was not supposed to be sewed. I wasn't trying to. But since it is, we may as well press it and get it out the way. And we're going to press to one side and then press it open. Block number 9. Okay. Okay, now we put this back and press the seam open. Okay, really, really good. And the last one here, I'm gonna put this back on the thing and then press it from the front because it's been off for a little bit. It's still probably warm enough, but I want to make sure. Doo-doo. Press this from the front. Everything is fixed. That was a problem. All right. And I got my numbers on here and they're not coming off. But this is what we have. Right there. So it starts out with like a regular size snail's trail and you're supposed to just keep going with that, but you know, half square triangles. It's like I can't do all those pieces. But yeah, really pretty. I like it. I like it, I like it. Let's see, let me read the last things. So Anita left. She was saying, thank you for checking this for us on the fray block. It's soft. That's why I switched from fray check. So if you're using fray check, try fray block, see if you like it better. Shut up, Kevin. Talking about this Miss T sewing blocks or calling out bingo numbers. Definitely bingo. Good night, Sandra. Sharon says, I'm working on a border, so I enjoy the company. So that's cool, yeah. Lana says, good night to everybody. Feeling my best tonight. See you all on Wednesday if God's willing. Good night, Lana. Sue says, good night, everyone. And T, stay warm and safe. Yes, 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 yes. And Benita says, beautiful. Yes. So, I'm chilling now. I only ate once today. I did not make lasagna. Don't even let me, I put lasagna in the oven. Stouffer's made lasagna because I didn't feel like cooking. I don't really use a whole lot of processed foods, but I could eat Stouffer's lasagna. So I bought Stouffer's lasagna for dinner today. I'm going to go get some more of that and probably make me, the potato bread. I went and bought new yeast. I have issues with our stores over here now. It was not expired yeast. It said it expired August 2026. Do you know that that I put 7 to 8 cups of flour into this potato bread dough and it did not rise at all? Yeah. So I threw all of that into the trash because the bread wouldn't rise. So, but it, like I said, it's been a long time since I made potato bread. So, you know, it could be me. But I was not happy that I just threw almost a bag of flour away. Okay. So, yeah. But, so that's going to be it. I'm going to go make me some butter toast. It will not be potato bread, which is what I wanted with my lasagna. But I'm going to make me some butter toast and eat some more lasagna. So until then, I'll see you all Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for 1 hour live chat. If you got questions anytime, you can always put them into the chat. I try to answer them if I can or if I know. And other than that, you all stay safe. Be blessed, everyone. And quilt out. Goodbye. Paige over here knocked out.